FHS season tickets.
Welcome into another episode of FHS Season Tickets. I'm Michael.
I'm Miles.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're going to be talking about all the top 25 ranked matchups in college football. Some of them we're going to be going over really quickly. First one, starting off, Penn State versus Michigan State. Nick, I'll go to you first.
Penn State versus Michigan State. Penn State looked like the best team in football for the first 3.5 quarters against Ohio State. So I think this one's pretty easy here. Penn State really is not going to lose that much steam, I don't think, going into this year at all. I think they're one of the best teams in the country still, and I could easily see them getting in the playoffs somehow. So I'm gonna get Penn State in a win here over Michigan State. They can't lose another game. I don't think they're going to against Michigan State.
You said it yourself, Nick. I think Penn State is one of the greatest teams this year, and coming out from such a close loss against Ohio State, I think they obviously have to win out, and I think they want to just as bad as they have to, and I want to see them in the playoffs as well because they're a really good team. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Penn State as well. I think it's going to be a really close game. I actually have Michigan State against the spread plus 8.5, I do believe, is what that is. So I'm going to take Penn State to get the win, but Michigan State to cover. So I think Penn State wins by 3, 4, or 7 points, something like that. I think it's a close game throughout, but eventually Penn State just has too many playmakers, guys like Trace McSorley, Saquon Barkley, and others, for Michigan State to handle them. Next game, going to be another pretty boring matchup, but top 25 ranked. Stanford travels to Pullman, Washington, take on Washington State, and I'm going to go with Stanford to get the win. I think that Bryce Love bounces back after he was hurt and has a big game. Miles, who are you going to go with?
Well, you know me, guys. I always like to take Stanford out of the topic, so I'm going to go Washington State. I don't know. Everyone kind of hypes up Stanford. I just never really saw as much as they did, and I like any team to beat them. I think it's just impressive overall. They're always Stanford's always a pretty decent team. So, Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's great. I can't believe Washington State's still in the top 25. It's crazy that they're still staying in. So I'm gonna
a bold pick.
I'm gonna pick Stanford with Bryce Love there, keeping his Heisman contention alive.
Yeah, I like that too. And next game going to be Clemson traveling to Raleigh, North Carolina to take on NC State. Pretty big game. Nick, I'll go to you first.
Yeah, I mean that NC State impressed me. That NC State team impressed me a lot when I was watching them. Notre Dame, just their defensive line and everything, but Notre Dame just out-physicaled them. So I think Clemson's going to do the same. I think that they're going to get the win.
Yeah, Clemson does have their experience in national titles and constantly being a great team, and NC State doesn't quite have that recently. And they're a great team this year, but if Notre Dame can do it, I think Clemson can too. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Clemson to get the win as well. I've been praising NC State all year. Everybody, I think, knows that. But they really haven't beaten anybody that great. Their wins that you thought that would be good, Florida State and Louisville, were their two marquee wins. Neither of those teams are any good. So I think that Clemson is definitely more like Notre Dame than what Louisville and
I think
Florida State
Clemson's
were.
defense is going to harass that team too.
Yeah, and even though NC State's at home, I still think Clemson gets the victory by about 10 points. So I'm passing on the game against the spread, but I'm going to take Clemson to easily get the win straight up. Next game, going to be Bedlam, Oklahoma taking on Oklahoma State. I'm going to take this one first. I'm going to take the Sooners, and actually a slight upset as Oklahoma State is favored at home. I think Baker Mayfield has a big game, and overall I think Oklahoma's defense and also their offensive line are much better than Oklahoma State, so I think they're going to be able to get the victory in a big rivalry game and really take control of the Big 12. Miles, who are you going to go with?
Well, I was just wondering what's their record between each other, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, the past few years?
Well, they're both 7-1. I believe Oklahoma has won 3 out of the past 4 years.
Okay,
in the series.
that's what I would expect too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Sooners as well. I think Oklahoma's just a better team. I haven't seen Oklahoma State too much this year, but I do know that they're obviously top 25 and a pretty decent team. I think Oklahoma still has a little bit in them, and they obviously have to win out. I mean, to have somewhat of a year. Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I think this is the best matchup obviously this week, and it's going to be a really good implication matchup for the Big 12 and the college football playoff in general. So I think Oklahoma with Baker Mayfield, I think he's going to play well. I think he's getting up for this game for sure. And I see Oklahoma beating Oklahoma State in this one, but it's going to be tight.
Alabama takes on LSU. Alabama's at home.
LSU's still
Nick?
ranked.
Yeah, LSU's ranked. They're 19th. Nick, how many points is Alabama winning this one by?
45.
Slow
What
down.
about you?
I thought Nick had LSU.
How many
Yeah,
points is Bama winning by?
30.
All right, I'm gonna go 24, so I'm gonna be the lowest out of the three. 45, that's bold.
If I get that,
30 was
45
our
is
most bold for me.
No, I said 60 against Vanderbilt. They got 59.
So
59 to
he'd
0.
Come, he'd come in the
You said that for
44
fun.
and up.
It worked.
I know.
You know you weren't being serious. That's the
Not
funniest
true.
part about it. Not true.
Next game, we're gonna be going into
Jeez,
Virginia
there's a lot.
Tech traveling. Yeah, there's one more after this too. Virginia Tech traveling to Miami, and undefeated Miami is an underdog, but I am gonna take them to win. I would say that they're overrated, but
They're
I'm
an
not.
underdog.
Yeah, they're an underdog, even though they're undefeated and at home. So the higher
What?
ranked team at home is an underdog to Virginia Tech, 2.5 points, which honestly doesn't really surprise me because Miami, they've been winning a lot of close games.
That's true.
But
So, like,
I still think that, yeah, trash competition. I still think that Miami will probably get another lucky bounce, somehow find a way to win this game. So I've got the Hurricanes getting a win in this one. Miles, where are you going to go?
I'm taking Miami too. I love the U. I mean, they're always fun to watch, but yeah, I mean, you couldn't have said it better. Like, it's close games sometimes, and that's really weird to watch. But hey, undefeated, if you can keep it that way, that's a good year. Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Miami too, undefeated and at home. You really can't beat that.
Yeah, in the final game, Arizona traveling to USC. I'm going to go first. I'm going to take the Trojans to get the victory in this one. I think they're much
Arizona's
improved.
ranked?
And, yeah, Arizona's
What is
22nd. They've
going
won
on with
like
the
4 or 5 in a
25?
row. So they've been playing pretty well. Khalil Tate in the Heisman candidacy, as
Get
he's
outta
been
here.
just running
He's
running
not
over
winning that.
everyone. He's been the best player in the country since he became the starter. I
He's been the best player.
yes, dude. Have you seen
Khalil
his
Tate?
stats? Yes,
Alright,
he's
alright.
running for like 245 yards a game as a quarterback, and then also
Against what, like
throwing for
Georgia
150.
Southern?
No, he's been playing some all-right competition like Cal and stuff like that in Colorado.
Cal.
I'm taking
Colorado.
USC. You guys can keep fighting.
I'm gonna take USC in this one. I think they're more talented and gonna find a way to shut down the best player in the country.
I didn't say he was the best player in the country. I said since he became the starter, he's been playing like the best player in the country.
That's
Doesn't that mean he's the best
No, because it's not.
Is he gonna be a starter for this game? Yeah, I think he's gonna be playing.
It's not going to continue, but he's still been insane since taking over at that quarterback position for the Wildcats. But that'll wrap it up for this episode of FHS Season Tickets. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more season ticket videos.
Peace, Rooney.